You know what fascinates me about playoff hockey? The mental fortitude these athletes display under immense pressure. I've covered sports for years now, and there's something uniquely demanding about the Stanley Cup playoffs. The relentless physicality, the razor-thin margins between victory and defeat, the way a single moment can completely shift a series. These players are putting their bodies on the line, night after night, often playing through pain that would sideline most of us for weeks. And speaking of resilience, I've been absolutely blown away by the support from all of you who've joined this channel recently. Your passion for the game matches my own, and it's what drives me to dig deeper for these exclusive stories. The community we're building here is something truly special. Real hockey fans who understand the nuances of this beautiful sport. Toronto. Maple Leafs fans can breathe a collective sigh of relief as goaltender Anthony Stolarz made his return to the ice Tuesday for the team's optional skate at Scotiabank Arena, putting to rest concerns about his availability for tonight's crucial Game 2 against the Ottawa Senators. Stolarz's unexpected absence from Monday's practice had sparked significant worry throughout Leafs Nation, particularly after the netminder was run into by Senators forward Ridley Gregg during Game 1. The collision left Stolarz's leg temporarily pinned against the goalpost, creating a moment of tension that reverberated through Toronto's fanbase given their historical playoff goaltending issues. Head coach Craig Berube addressed the situation during Tuesday's media availability, framing Stolarz's absence as simple maintenance following his stellar 33-save performance in Toronto's convincing 6-2 victory in the series opener. It was just a rest day, Berube explained against the backdrop of Stanley Cup playoff branding, something that the team and the goaltenders discussed. Notably, Berube remained vague about whether the maintenance day was a direct result of the collision with Gregg or if it had been previously scheduled. This strategic ambiguity is typical of playoff hockey, where teams closely guard information about player injuries to prevent opponents from targeting potential vulnerabilities. Stolarz himself had downplayed any injury concerns following Game 1, and the Leafs' communications department quickly worked to reassure media members that there was no significant health issue to report. His return to the ice Tuesday seems to confirm these assertions, with all signs pointing to him taking his place between the pipes for tonight's contest. The 30-year-old goaltender has been nothing short of exceptional in these playoffs, posting an impressive .926 save percentage that ranks among the elite performers of the postseason. His emergence as a reliable last line of defense has been particularly meaningful for a Maple Leafs organization that has historically struggled with goaltending consistency during their recent playoff appearances. Toronto's inability to advance beyond the first round in previous years has often been attributed, at least partially, to goaltending concerns. With Stolarz demonstrating both technical excellence and mental fortitude under playoff pressure, many analysts believe this could represent the Leafs' best opportunity in years to make a deep postseason run. The incident with Gregg has added another layer of intensity to what was already a heated Battle of Ontario playoff series. The Senators' forward has quickly established himself as public enemy number one among Leafs supporters, not only for the collision with Stolarz, but also for a controversial cross-check delivered to Toronto captain John Tavares during Game 1. These physical encounters have reignited discussions about officiating standards during the playoffs, with many observers noting the traditional loosening of penalty calls during postseason play. How the referees manage tonight's contest could significantly impact the trajectory of the series, particularly if retaliatory actions arise from either side. For Toronto, maintaining discipline while still establishing a physical presence will be crucial. Berube's coaching philosophy throughout his career has emphasized controlled aggression, and his messaging to the team likely centers on channeling any emotional response into structured, systematic hockey rather than undisciplined retaliation that could result in power play opportunities for Ottawa. The Senators, meanwhile, face the challenging task of regrouping after a lopsided defeat in Game 1. Head coach Jacques Martin will need to make tactical adjustments to counter Toronto's offensive explosion while simultaneously addressing his team's defensive breakdowns. Ottawa's ability to establish their forechecking game and disrupt Toronto's transition offense will be pivotal to their chances of evening the series. Special teams could prove decisive in Game 2, with both power play units showing flashes of excellence in the opener. Toronto converted on 2 of their 4 man advantage opportunities, while Ottawa managed 1 power play goal in 3 attempts. In what projects to be a tightly contested series, these special teams battles often represent the difference between victory and defeat. Beyond the strategic elements, the psychological aspect of tonight's game cannot be overlooked. With Toronto securing a dominant Game 1 victory on home ice, the pressure shifts significantly to an Ottawa team that cannot afford to return home facing a 2-0 deficit. How the younger Senators roster responds to this pressure could define the remainder of the series. For Stolarz personally, tonight represents another opportunity to cement his status as Toronto's playoff solution in goal. Having bounced around the league as a backup for much of his career, with previous stops in Philadelphia, Anaheim, and Florida, the Edison, New Jersey native is seizing his chance to become a playoff difference-maker at age 30. His journey, from second-round draft pick to journeyman backup to playoff starter, embodies the perseverance required to succeed at the NHL level. If he can maintain his current level of play, Stolarz could potentially write his name alongside the likes of Felix Potvin and Curtis Joseph in the pantheon of beloved Maple Leafs goaltenders who delivered memorable playoff performances. What are your thoughts on how this series will develop after Stolarz' return to the ice? Do you think the Senators will target him physically again? Or will the Maple Leafs establish a stronger protective presence around their goaltender? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I'm especially curious if you believe Toronto's goaltending has finally been solved, or if you still have concerns about their consistency between the pipes. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exclusive playoff coverage. I'll be bringing you behind-the-scenes insights from throughout this series that you won't find anywhere else. The Battle of Ontario is just heating up, and I can feel in my bones that we're witnessing the beginning of what could be an all-time great playoff matchup. Until next time, keep your sticks on the ice and your passion for hockey burning bright.